learning disorders, including attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, short-term memory problems, poor decision-making skills, impulsiveness, communication problems, poor problem-solving skills, antisocial behavior, sexual acting out, substance abuse, low self-esteem, and an inability to understand the consequences of their actions. If a child has been exposed to alcohol in utero and has some of the specific features of the body, face, behavioral, and cognitive features, doctors in New Mexico will usually make a diagnosis of full fetal alcohol syndrome. But unless all of the criteria are identifiable, the child may not qualify for some of the special services a full FAS child would receive.
From the time that you're born, you have difficulties. Maybe it's difficulties sitting up, maybe it's difficulties eating, maybe it's difficulties just rolling over, maybe it's difficulties, bonding with your mom, bonding with your dad, things like that. When you get into schools, you don't have any friends. People think that you're funny, people think that you're weird, people notice the differences. And in school, everybody wants to be smart or just be regular. And sometimes kids with fetal alcohol syndrome, most times kids with fetal alcohol syndrome or with alcohol-related birth defects, they don't have that chance. They always have those deficits. They'll always be behind those kids, and they get made fun of. They get made fun of in elementary school and middle school all the way through high school. And after high school, they might end up in prison. They might end up, different places with different people that are going to get them in trouble.
I always got made fun of because I couldn't read. Just basically it's because I couldn't read. My spelling, my writing wasn't too great either. And I got made fun of a lot because of my reading.
My daughter's gonna have to suffer for the rest of her life, and I'm gonna have to help her through it, and she's gonna ask me why this happened to her, and I'm gonna have to tell her because I drank while I was pregnant with you, and I don't want her to hate me for that. And
FAS is 100% preventable. In a moment, we'll look at the solutions.
When a pregnant woman drinks 1 beer, her unborn baby is drinking 3.
When a pregnant woman drinks 6 beers, that's 18 beers for the baby.
Fetal alcohol syndrome is the leading preventable cause of mental retardation in the U.S.
If you are pregnant and need help with alcohol or substance abuse, get help now.
Remember, a pregnant woman comes first when seeking treatment.
Call 1-800-552-8195 for a treatment center nearest you.
Would 1 drink a day per week throughout your entire pregnancy change a baby's brain development from what it was destined to be? We don't know that it would, but we don't know that there's any safe amount of alcohol to drink. So we recommend avoiding alcohol during pregnancy. Now, if you discover you're pregnant, you're a social drinker, or you've had one night out or something, and don't drink anymore, you're not going to have a child with fetal alcohol syndrome. So that's very reassuring, I think, to a lot of women. I do get occasional calls about women thinking of interrupting a pregnancy because they had a drink or they became drunk very early in their pregnancy and it was a one-time thing, and that is absolutely not warranted to interrupt a pregnancy on that basis. And we encourage all of those people who have concerns about whether their kid may have been exposed to alcohol in utero to come and to see us in our clinic. I guess it's a good time to say that we have available here at University of New Mexico, Department of Pediatrics, in my division, evaluation opportunities for anybody who has concerns about their child who may have been exposed to alcohol in utero and may have some behavioral or growth consequence from that. So we're very happy to see kids.
When I'm talking to young women, or I'm talking to a mom that's been drinking, or she's worried about drinking and having a baby, things like that, and she asks me, Jerome, what are the damage? What are the chances that my child is going to be born with a birth defect? Is it okay if I drink a little bit? Is it okay if I drink, once in a while, party once in a while? And I tell them, it's like holding a gun and playing Russian roulette with a loaded gun. Only, let's say there's 4 bullets in the chamber and 2 of them are empty. Is it worth the risk that you're going to hit those 2 chambers that are empty? You're going to be pressing that trigger. Is it worth having your child? Because nobody wants a child to be born with any kind of birth defects or anything like that. We all want a healthy child.
It's a question of personal responsibility. And from my perspective, not only personal responsibility for the woman who's bearing the child, but for the people around that mother-to-be, that they support her to see that she brings into this life a healthy child. The repercussions of not doing this are vast, are costly, and are inhuman, particularly when you realize and recognize that it was something that from the start you could have prevented.
Preventing is the main thing is that you don't buy the alcohol in the home at all, and try to avoid as much as possible. I think I've been non-alcoholic all through my life, and I think one can easily avoid. And what I think the Western cultures promotes that one also very easily, the alcohol. That in the marriage, in the church, everywhere they toast with alcohol. I wish they start toasting with maybe some other punch or some non-alcoholic beverage. The custom will break. And then the people will think that, okay, they can make a toast without alcohol. So I think the culture is also a big effect.
From just around from the tribe where I go, they talk about that a lot. Because alcoholism is is real high on the reservation, so we try to deter from women who are pregnant from, drinking alcohol.
We need to make a difference. Grandparents, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, if some of those people need help, you need to support them. If you see that they're pregnant, if you see them at a party, you need to tell them, look, this is what can happen to you. Let's have a healthy baby. I want a healthy granddaughter. I want a healthy grandson. Don't drink alcohol while you're pregnant. For 9 months, we tell people to take a pause from drinking. We don't tell them to stop. Take a pause from drinking for those 9 months. Just take a pause. Give your child the best chance they can have.
They're damaging their child, and the child has to live through a lot of problems, like being made fun of and stuff. And not only that, the parents are wondering why the child can't act normally like normal children. And if they want to know why, it's because they drank while pregnant and they destroyed the brain cells. Much the damage is done. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. And I guess what I'm trying to tell all those teenager moms that are out there drinking is that don't do it. It's not good. Just don't do it. Just don't drink while pregnancy, because you're not even hurting you yourself. You're hurting your child. And bottom line is just don't drink at all.
I know from personal experience that how hard it is to go through every day of knowing the chance that your daughter could not be normal or something, and I just hope and pray that this doesn't happen to anyone else. And if you are pregnant, don't drink. It will be the best decision you've ever made, and you will be so proud of yourself for that. And if you're not pregnant, wait.
If you're drinking alcohol and you find out that you're pregnant, you should stop immediately and then go to a treatment center, get some help. Go to your doctor, tell your doctor, hey, I've been drinking and I just found out that I'm pregnant. What are the chances that I've already damaged my baby? What things can I do to ensure that my baby's going to be healthy? Talk to your doctor, talk to your friends, but talk to somebody. And then if you do need treatment, then of course go get treatment. There's treatment centers throughout New Mexico, and you can always go. Pregnant women always come first when seeking treatment. So if you do need treatment, make a phone call. Make a phone call to Alcoholics Anonymous, to my office. We'll put some numbers at the end of the show so that they can call if they're having problems with alcohol. We're a statewide FAS prevention project. One of the things that we have is a teen educating teen program where we can send teens into schools for health education, for PE classes, for whatever it might be, but they'll go into the school and they will help educate their youth. They will help educate their peers. Okay, it's peers educating peers. And that's really impactful when you have a youth talking to another youth about fetal alcohol syndrome, about tobacco, about anything. We also have a media campaign where we do billboards, we do bus panels, we do all kinds of novelty items that we give away, tote bags, different things like that, that we help do prevention stuff with. We're doing some TV spots, we're doing all kinds of things like that. If people really want to get involved with fetal alcohol syndrome prevention, they can call my office. I mean, we'll have them volunteer for certain things. If they want money, if they want to donate money to our Fetal Alcohol Syndrome Prevention Foundation, they can do that. The money that we use goes out into communities. We do something called the Pregnant Pause Party. We do that in collaboration with the Arc of New Mexico. And what it is, it's like a big baby shower for pregnant moms. We have them for 15 minutes, we educate them on fetal alcohol syndrome, and then we make non-alcoholic drinks. We get media celebrities, city politicians, and we get bartenders to make the drinks. We get pregnant moms to serve as the judges for those drinks, and they get an education on fetal alcohol syndrome, plus they get knowledge on FAS, plus they get a lot of good gifts for their baby, for just having a healthy baby, different things like that we do. We also present at conferences. We present any place anybody wants to know about fetal alcohol syndrome. We'll go and we'll talk to people. That's basically what we do.
Your child is the most precious thing to you, and you want to give them the best life that you can, and drinking makes all the difference. If you drink, then it gives your child that much greater of a chance to not be normal, and just you want a healthy baby, and that is the difference. Just it makes a world of a difference knowing that your child is happy and well, and it makes you feel like a good person and a good mommy.
You can get brochures from March of Dimes, CASA, or the Arc of New Mexico. Here are some resources so you can learn more about fetal alcohol syndrome, getting help to stop drinking, or get help for someone you love.